So do you force yourself to complete your games? Now, you guys know me as someone who likes to beat every single game that they play. In fact, it's very rare for me to ever quit on a game when I am playing it. But I also am the type of person that likes to, really kind of invest myself in the experience. And a lot of people like to play games for fun and just enjoy themselves, but this is something that I'm very passionate about, so it could be slightly different for me. But I wanted to talk about this because I find myself doing this a lot in terms of games. Like there will be experiences that I just don't enjoy, and somehow I just force myself to just get through it and just get it done. And I don't know what it is, because in any case, when people would have played this game or these games rather, and they would have come across something that they just didn't enjoy, they would have just probably stopped and just said, "Oh, I'm not enjoying myself anymore. I'm just not going to play the game." But I'm different. I don't find myself doing that. And there's only been a handful of games that I've played that have really just actually beaten me, that I just could not have suffered through any longer, and I just quit on. So one of the games that comes to mind recently is Recore. Now, this is a game that I played on the Xbox One a few months ago, and I was playing it as part of my backlog, and it's a game that I very much enjoyed. I actually liked my time with it. I thought it was a lot of fun, and really appreciated the return to classic, old school platformer third-person shooter gameplay. I actually had a lot of fun with the game. But towards the end of the game, you get to this area, and it actually requires you to get 45 of these prismatic cores, they call them. And you have to get these prismatic cores in order to progress and beat the game. There is no ifs, ands, or buts. You fight, you go through the boss fight, you have to go platform to different elements, and then it's like, oh wait, you have to get these cores. You cannot progress until you get these cores. And it just pissed me off at one point. I'm just like, this is annoying. Why do I need to collect these pointless things when I already beat the game? I already got to the ending stage where I have to turn around, I have to go, and I have to run through the open world, which is huge. The open world in this game is humongous. We're talking about maybe 4 or 5 times the size of these Tomb Raider games, any of these Tomb Raider hub elements. It's humongous, and your only form of transport is to run there. There's no vehicle that you can hop on. There's fast travel, but you can only fast travel to certain points in the world, and they're not really that frequent. Keep that in mind. So anyway, I suffered through and I collected these orbs and I got through the game and I beat the game, But I was just thinking to myself, like, a lot of people would not have done that. A lot of people would have just, quit the game and just said, I'm not enjoying myself, I'm not going to collect this is stupid, and I'm just going to move on with my life. And it's unfortunate, that the game was built on that sort of principle and that sort of requirements, but this is what happens, is it just annoys people, and it just sucks because no one really wants to go and do these repetitive grinding quests. This is what worried me about games like Bloodborne when I played them, and also Final Fantasy 15, which I haven't played. I was just like, I don't want to have to grind and do stuff. Now, I actually enjoyed it somewhat in Bloodborne because I set a schedule to myself every night for about 2 hours. I would sit here and watch YouTube videos and then just turn my brain off and grind through in Bloodborne, and it really helped me out in my character. And I might do the same thing with Final Fantasy 15 or Dark Souls 3 whenever I get to it. But it's just like stuff like that. I was just like, I was able to suffer through it, and it didn't bother me too much because I was able to turn my brain off and do it. But in Recore, I was always sort of invested in the experience, and it just really, really, really got to me. I ultimately beat the game. I did beat the game. But in terms of my friends, I'm the only one who actually beat the game on my friends list, I believe. Everyone else was just, and there's 6 people apparently who played the game, it says. So and I'm the only one who beat them, but everyone else has just been like, okay, I quit the game, I wasn't having that much fun or whatever, But for me, it's like my tenacity and my self-respect, like, just won't let me just quit the game. I'm just like, no, I have to beat this. It has to be done, and I did. the game is over. But what it did is it turned a 10 to 12 hour game and turned it into a 17 and a half hour game for me. I spent 17 and a half hours playing that game. And it's hilarious because the actual developer, the director, was like, oh, we think it's going to take players 8 hours to beat the game. And I'm sitting here thinking, oh, okay, it's not going to be too long. I'll go ahead and start it. No. This game is long. This game is very long. And it's long because you have to go out and collect this stupid shit. So I did that. And, you know, there's this sense of accomplishment, of course, when I get this. I'm like, oh, yes, I beat the game. It's over. I can now just relax and I can move on to something else. But then, like, I set these restrictions for myself. There's nothing that's stopping me from going on and playing a different game, you know, but there is something that's sort of, you know, preventing me from just, I guess my mindset is preventing me from just moving on, you know, with a clear conscience. I just feel like I have a duty to beat the games that I have, you know, and I spend a lot of time, most of my spare time is playing video games, to be quite honest with you. I mean, I don't watch TV. I rarely watch movies except when I'm at the movie theater. I do plan to hopefully actually sit down and watch a lot of movies because I do have a lot in my collection, a lot of Blu-rays that I actually do want to get to. And I should get to them because they're, you know, those are movies that I've actually spent money on, that I'm invested in, and movies that I actually enjoy. It's just sitting down and finding a good time to, okay, relax, let's watch a movie. But I have such a big backlog that I actually feel guilty just for leaving and doing anything else. So, with that being said, I just wanted to sort of get your input. Do you guys actually find yourselves forcing yourselves to complete games? Do you find yourself sort of suffering through a game, even if you don't particularly enjoy it? And to be honest, there's only been a handful of games that I've actually quit on just because I just couldn't do it any longer. Those games are like the first Dead Island, for example, Dark Sector back on Xbox 360 and PS3, Knack on PS4, the actual launch title for Knack. There's been a few here and there that I've just been like, I can't play it. Like Evolve, for instance, I didn't care about Evolve. Well, actually, Evolve glitched on me, so I couldn't even beat the full base, if you want to call it a story. It wasn't really a story. But Evolve glitched on me, and there was no save feature, and I wasn't going to restart it from the beginning. You know, and there's been a good handful of games that I just didn't particularly enjoy, but I just somehow forced myself to complete them. For example, Recore, this game called Lima back on the PC. I actually streamed it online, and you know, a couple games like that. So I really wanted to get your input. Do you guys ever find yourself doing this? What are the games that you force yourself to beat, even if you haven't actually enjoyed them? And what are the games that you've actually quit on because you never really enjoyed them? Let me know in the comments. I appreciate all the feedback and support from you guys. It's a great help, and it's great to really get your take on everything. And I'll see you guys later for more content. All right, have a good one.